Hey everybody, welcome to another informative video. Now today what I'm going to do is answer for you which death benefit option should I choose in an IUL. Now an IUL, which is an Index Universal Life Insurance Policy, has two death benefit options, and those are option A and option B. Option A and option B. So what are those options? Those are the death benefit option, and option A is the level. Option A is level. Option A is level death benefit. And option B is increasing death benefit. What does that mean? What are those? Let's start with the option A, level death benefit. Level death benefit is basically when you pay your premium, even though you're paying your premium year after year after year, the death benefit stays level. It doesn't go up at all. So throughout the entire policy, it stays level, which means if it was $500,000 in death benefit, that's what it will remain over a period of time, even with unless the cash value catches up, but it stays there for a long period of time at a level death benefit. So if you died 10 years after the policy was in effect, even though you're growing some cash value, that benefit will stay whatever it was at the beginning of the policy. Now, the increase in death benefit does increase over time, so that actually the death benefit is going to change over a period of time. Now, which one do you choose? That's all depend on what your goals are. So for option A, which is the level death benefit, I would say choose this one if you're trying to minimize costs, because death benefit does cost more, right? So you're trying to minimize costs here, especially in your elder years, if you're trying to minimize costs, because as you're older, you actually going to pay more for the cost of insurance unless you structure the policy to minimize your costs. So when you want to minimize costs, you're going to choose the level death benefit. And if your goal is to maximize the cash value growth based on the premium you're putting into your policy, if you want to maximize what you're putting in as much as possible, you should choose this. So if those are your goals, that's what you want to do. Now you're going to be able to do this based on how your premium is being paid and how long you're going to be paying your premium. So to achieve these goals, if you're paying your premium within the 5 or 7 years, for an IUL, you can actually, the earliest you can actually pay your premiums is within 5 years without your cash value actually have to pay premium. So yes, if you just want to be done with 1 year, you could do that. However, your cash value is going to suffer because based on IRS rules, it's the minimum you should be able to fund an IUL is within 5 years. So it might as well just fund it within 5 years instead of having your cash value paying additional years and slowing that growth of your cash value. So if you're going short-term payment, so like 5 years or 7 years, so if you're paying your premium and being done with it within a short term, level death benefit is the one to choose. Okay, so let's say you're paying it within 5 to 7 years, I would say go to level death benefit. Okay, now the increase in death benefit does increase death benefit. So what it's going to do is it's going to cost a little bit more. So when you hear people talking about IUL costs so much, typically speaking, that policy is structured with an increase in death benefit. death benefit costs, right? So cost a little bit more. However, you can fund it more without it being a MEC. So the MEC is a modified endowment contract. Modified endowment contract. In order for life insurance to be recognized as life insurance based on your age, your gender, your health condition, and the amount of premium you're paying in, there's got to be a certain amount of death benefit that goes with that premium that you're paying in. And if you go over, then it's a MEC, right? So based on all those parameters, you have to be within those parameters before it becomes a modified endowment contract. And if you go outside of that, then your policy is going to become taxable, and you're going to pay taxes on the gain then. So you want to avoid that. So you want to talk to your agent to make sure it's structured right, so it does not, your policy is not a MEC and you don't pay taxes, and you could take advantage of the tax-free benefits. All right, so you can fund more in here so you have more MEC space. So I'll put the more. But it's still, again, it's going to be based on that person's age, their gender, what their premium they're paying, and the death benefit that goes along with it. Now, if you're going to be paying your premium for longer or an extended amount of time, then the increase in death benefit is what you should go with, at least to begin with. So for example, say you're going to pay your premium in 30 years. You're going to pay $5,000 a year for 30 years, or whatever it is. Then you would go with increase in death benefit. So for longer premium payment. So you do the level for shorter premium payment, you do the increase in the option B for longer premium payment. So remember, I also said that you can minimize costs with option A. So typically what I do for my clients is I structure the policy where those clients that are paying like $500 a month for 30 years or whatever, something like that, instead of the clients that's paying like $10,000 for 10 years or whatever. Or if you have someone that's wealthy that's paying $100,000 a year for 5 years, or $200,000 for 5 years. Those people should go with more level death benefit, right? But if for the average person that's going to be paying their premium for 30, 40 years, you should start with increase in death benefit because it won't work this way. You would start with that and then you can change it later. So what I've done for my clients like that in that particular situation is I've started out with an increase in death benefit, and when they're done paying premium, so like 30 years later or whatever it is, whenever they're going to finish paying premium, then I change it over. So I design the policy like that to death benefit. This way in the future, the cost is going to be lower when they're older. So they're not getting hit with a lot of costs with increase in death benefit keep going in their elder years. Hopefully that makes sense. So if it didn't, please let me know and I'll be able to give you a better explanation. But hopefully that was helpful. That kind of give you an idea as when you should use it and how to properly utilize it based on the premium you're paying. And in my case, a lot of my clients, I start out with one and switch over to the other in the latter years when the premium is finished paying. Now I touch on this and a lot more in my book that I recently released in June called Get Your Life Together, the ultimate guide to building generational wealth with life insurance. You can get this in Amazon right now, so I'll leave a link so you can get a copy of that. Now, if you find the information informative and it's helpful to you, let me know by giving me a like. The only way I can keep giving you content and explaining more things about how life insurance works and how you can manage it and how you can utilize it and take advantage of it is if you let me know if this content helps you. So give me a like and share it with someone that you think should know it as well. And be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you're one of the first to be notified when the next video is released. Talk to you soon.